They laughed as they handed her the rifle, not out of malice, but with that quiet, dismissive smirk soldiers sometimes wear when they think they already know the ending. It was a sniper's rifle. Long, heavy, precise, and the man who passed it over said it was just so she could feel the weight. Nobody expected her to fire. Nobody expected her to even try. And yet, her fingers curled around the cold steel like it was something she'd known all her life. She stood in the middle of the dusty training field, the sun cutting sharp lines across her face. Her uniform was faded, sleeves rolled up, and a faint scar traced along her jaw. A scar that spoke of stories no one here had asked about. The wind carried the dry scent of sand and oil, wrapping her in the memories she had fought to bury. Some of the younger recruits whispered to each other, their eyes sliding over her slight frame, their expressions almost amused. She didn't react. She didn't need to. Years ago, Lena had stood in a different place, a rooftop in a foreign city, the night air filled with smoke and the low hum of danger. She had been a spotter then, never the one to pull the trigger, always the one to guide another's aim. Her partner, a quiet man with tired eyes, had once told her, "You don't have to fire the shot to carry the weight of it." But the day he didn't come back, that weight became hers alone. She carried it through the years, tucked away in the part of her heart that never healed. Now, in this open field, the same weight settled into her hands, not from grief this time, but from the rifle resting in her grip. That a captain barked something about just lining up a scope for show. She didn't answer. She just adjusted the stock against her shoulder, feeling the wood press firm against her collarbone. The world around her faded, the laughter, the whispers, the careless dismissals, until there was only the glass of the scope and the distant shimmer of a steel target 3,000 meters away. She remembered the rule her partner had drilled into her. Breath steady. Don't fight the wind. Let it guide you. The heat rippled off the ground. Her pulse slowed. Every small sound, a distant bird, a faint shuffle in the dirt, sharpened until they were part of the shot itself. Her finger rested just above the trigger, still as stone. Somewhere behind her, someone muttered, "She won't even hit close." But Lena didn't hear doubt anymore. She heard the voice of her partner, carried back to her across years and silence. One clean shot changes everything. Her breathing matched the rhythm of the earth itself. The crosshairs floated over the target. Her eyes didn't blink. Her hands didn't tremble. And then, a moment so small it could have been missed, she exhaled. And the rifle spoke. The recoil pushed against her shoulder, but she held steady, following the invisible path of the bullet in her mind. Seconds stretched into something endless. Then, a faint metallic flicker danced far, far away, the target. Swaying as if in disbelief, N01 spoke at first. The laughter was gone. The whispers dissolved. Even the captain's voice failed him. She lowered the rifle slowly. Her face calm, eyes unreadable. There was no smile, no gloating. Only the quiet truth of what had happened. One of the younger recruits stared at her, wide-eyed. She met his gaze and, after a pause, said the only words she'd spoken that day. Never assume someone's limits by what you see. The field stayed silent for a long time after that. It wasn't just respect that filled the air. It was something heavier, something almost sacred. They knew they had seen more than a lucky shot. They had seen a soldier's truth. That strength often hides behind silence. And skill is born not from pride, but from loss carried with grace. And as she walked away, leaving the rifle behind, the sun caught the faint scar on her jaw again. A quiet reminder that every hero has battles no one else can see. Because sometimes, the most powerful victories are not the ones shouted, but the ones whispered across 3,000 meters.